Hello, lovely people. Welcome to my channel. It's Hila here, Saturday Night Stitch, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Today's video is a super quick one to share with you my sewing plans for the April 2024 issue of Burda. Now, I must admit that when I initially got this issue, I didn't necessarily think that there was anything that jumped out at me that I felt I must have to fill the gaps in my wardrobe. Currently, I'm trying very much to be as mindful as possible in terms of building up my basics wardrobe. And so I hadn't seen anything. I saw a lot of things that I would have loved to make. There were quite a few dresses in there that I liked. But that's where I'd left it. And I told myself that I was going to skip making out anything on this issue. However, it so happened that as I was, this is just a little bit of a little sidetrack story, which is led to how I've decided to make these sewing plans, so do bear with me. So there are a few channels that I watch that revolve around classic wardrobes, building a classic wardrobe, which is something that I've been trying to learn to create as my basic. So I'm trying to also build soft gamine principles into my wardrobe, but I want the very basic, the bare minimum of my wardrobe to be built on a classic foundation. And that's something that it's never come naturally to me, and it's something that I've been learning. And so there's several YouTube channels that I watch, and one of them, she was showing some things that she'd gotten for the season in Marks and Spencer's. I also noticed that one of the things was the skirt that I made. So it's actually the same skirt that I'm wearing today, the one with the cargo pants from 2024. And as I was scrolling through, I noticed that a lot of the things that were being considered to be on trend, that were the new things, a lot of them were in the fall 2024 issue. And as I was seeing the different styling on the Marks and Spencer's website, which for Marks and Spencer's here in the United Kingdom, I guess it's like a Nordstrom, I think, or is it Neiman Marcus? I don't know. It's basically sort of, it's not very expensive. It's not designer, but it's not as cheap as your Primarks or your H&M. So it's sort of in between. And it tends to be the place that you buy once you can afford to get better quality, so to speak. But they had that. And so when I was seeing the different styling of certain items, I actually was like, hang on, I could use the patterns to create to create some of the basics that would work with it. So anyway, so that's how we ended up here in fall 2024. And so I picked it up again after having watched these several videos around classic styling. And I found 3 items, though it's unlikely I'll be able to sew the 3, but I'll start off with the first one. So the first one is these trousers here, 112. So these are number 112. And critically, these trousers are quite high waist. And I'm all about the high waist stuff now. So they're high waisted, and they've got these really nice deep pockets. Now, initially, when I did the browse through, I wasn't too keen on the seam lines that you have over here, because I thought, well, it's not necessary. You could just have it down. But somebody made a very thoughtful comment about how the seam lines actually add interest to it. And in one of my, so I got a style package wardrobe package thing done about 18 months ago, which I'll share in another video, but it will be a really long video because there's a lot to go through it. And one of the things that the package sort of recommended for me was that if I wear a head to toe monochrome or monochrome, where you wear the same color, the recommendation is that you add the detail by having more seam lines that have got top stitching on them and stuff. So I thought, okay, I could try that. And I could see how that works. So I'm going to be making this one. With regards to fabric, I did a little bit of a dive into my fabric, and I found this, which I got from, I think I got this from Pounds Fabrics several years ago, and I got this before I got my colors done, because it is not, strictly speaking, within my colors. But it is a lovely one, which I think I can absolutely get away with because I'm going to be making it as trousers instead, so I don't have to worry too much about it being against my skin. But it's a very deep, like aubergine. No, not aubergine. It's like a deep plum, really, really deep plum mixed in with treacle, I guess is the best way for it. But I think it's got the stability for a nice pair of trousers. It's got a minimal amount of spandex in it. As I said, I bought this so long ago. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the link for it. But yeah, it's got enough spandex so that it can be nicely hugging around the hip area. And I think that this color could work with white tops, with black tops, and even with pink. So you can see it's quite nice with the pink, of which is this fabric for another top that I'm going to be making. So that's what I'm going to be making trousers number 112 with. I've had a look at the instructions and at the pattern pieces, and it looks like it's something that I would be able to do within 2 sittings. And I think when I bought this, I actually bought 4 meters of it for some reason. So that's going to be useful. Oh, that's it. I actually bought it to make chinos for my husband, but there's enough fabric here to actually make him chinos as well as matching trousers for me, and we can be a matching couple. Okay, so the next thing is I've got 2 items, 2 tops here. So yeah, the first one is this top number 107, the waistcoat one. And I do remember that when I saw it in the magazine, I was quite attracted to it because it's got that asymmetrical detail. But I had thought that perhaps I am of a certain age and it wouldn't necessarily suit me. It wouldn't fit my wardrobe, so to speak. But the more I saw of these waistcoats, so apparently there are a thing right now. There's a bit of a trend around the waistcoats. Although the ones that I saw on the M&S and on all the other websites, they didn't have this lovely asymmetrical detail on them. And so I thought I could try making this and see how we get on with it. It doesn't look like it's a difficult pattern to make. I had a look at the instructions and the pattern pieces, and it is a vest. It is quite small. So that's one. I haven't yet got the fabric for what I'm going to make the vest in. The other thing that I do want to make, that I've decided I really want to make, is this top here. And that's simply because after the debacle of my 2023 118 blouse that I made out of that wonderful fabric, but it was so not the pattern for it, I just really wanted, it's almost like I need to redeem myself by making this. But however, I'm going to be making it in this pink, lovely pink. It's like a linen. No, it was a Cupro. Yeah, it's a pink Cupro fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics. And the idea is that they will make quite a lovely set. It's a little bit different from the colors that I tend to play around in with the navy and the white. So those are the plans that I have for April 2024. I'm hoping to get these done within the next 3 weeks or so. I have to finish off. I've been working on toiles for my husband's Fairfield shirt, the Thread Theory shirt, and that's had quite a few fit issues. And I've got so this was the first one that I made. This was the first toile made as is. The fit was great around the collar, pretty much perfect, and it's got a more modern collar than M6044, which is the pattern that I normally use, but it wasn't quite fitting across the chest, so I had to slash here and add some stuff. So this was the first toile that I made, made the adjustments on the paper pattern, and then I made a second toile for him, which I didn't bother with the collar because the collar I didn't make any adjustments over there, and it was mostly around the back to see if it works. And this actually looks quite nice on him, just as a simple top without the collar. So I'm actually going to finish off the collar nicely, put in some buttonholes here and finish off the sleeves so that it's something that he can wear around the house. It's got this very relaxed vibe to it because it's like a linen mixed fabric that I used for the second toile. the first one I used a cotton fabric. So I'm still working on that. That's going quite well, and I want to nail that pattern before I move on to that. But I probably have about a week's worth of that left, and then I will dive into these ones. All right, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you found the video entertaining, informative, or useful. And if you did, please smash the like button and subscribe for more sewing related videos coming your way. And until I see you next time, happy sewing. Bye.